While driving on Sardis Road in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, Klein witnessed a traffic jam caused by a man raging at an elderly woman driving a sedan. The situation got so intense that police had to intervene, ending with the man being taken to the station. That's why staying calm is always the wisest choice on any journey. The outcome of rage is never in your control or part of your plan. The only way to prevent it is by staying calm and nurturing respect for others and for yourself. A motorcyclist suddenly sped up and attacked a sedan without any clear reason. That impulsive action not only endangered others, but also brought karmic consequences upon himself. Tension between two men flared up after a previous incident, leading both to stop their vehicles in the middle of an intersection to argue loudly. The man in the sedan wanted to leave, but the SUV driver deliberately blocked his way. However, justice arrived just in time when a police car showed up right as the SUV was about to flee the scene. Sometimes, all it takes is patience and calm truth, and justice will speak for themselves. Rage erupted between two men as they fought over a lane, with neither willing to give way. The tense situation escalated quickly, but fortunately, the police arrived just in time to put an end to the conflict. On the road, a moment of patience can save you from a world of trouble. If this video gave you some useful insights to make driving safer and easier, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to catch our latest videos.
A vehicle, stolen vehicle of mine that's being driven by someone without a license or out insurance or anything.
What would you do if someone blatantly took your things and even came back to blame you when discovered?
They're aware of the situation, so I need someone here at Window World right away. Yep. Well, we had police here at Window World a couple weeks ago, so this is a person. He's running into my vehicle. He just hit my vehicle. I need someone here right now. Right now. Right now.
No matter how intense your anger is, always remember, your safety is what matters most. Behind the wheel, the goal isn't to win, it's to arrive safely. Rage won't make you a better driver. It only makes everything more dangerous.
I honestly didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he has to be filmed because he's driving there. This man got killed.
You have been able to film this, sir.
Of course, it's evidence, you know? It's evidence.
Miguel was on his way home when he encountered a young man driving a pickup truck who suddenly slowed down next to Miguel's car. Although he didn't know why, Miguel remained calm and drove away safely. Miguel eventually discovered that the driver was only about 17 years old, and the reason he did this was because he felt threatened by an old man in a Jetta. Any of us when angry cannot control our actions, even if you are a woman. In this video, we continue to witness the consequences of road rage to equip ourselves with new knowledge to make driving easier and safer. It seemed the white truck nearly hit the blue car behind it, making the woman in the blue car furious. When they stopped at a red light, she rushed toward the SUV and attacked the person inside. This man deliberately ran a red light and even got angry at the driver of the oncoming SUV. Too caught up in his anger, he did not consider the consequences and immediately received the karma he created. On the road, anger only makes you pay the price faster. Always let reason take the lead. Rage flared up when the man driving the black car believed the dashcam driver refused to yield. In his anger, he decided to fight back, but his impulsive action quickly earned him the karma he had created. On the road, uncontrolled emotions will always lead to consequences. Only calmness can help you avoid trouble. A minor incident earlier had enraged the pickup truck driver, leading him to block David's car. Instead of arguing, David chose to stay calm and back off. But he didn't stay silent for long. Shortly after, he reported the entire incident to the police.
Trouble even if there were cats, which he didn't care for because
The result? The other man received a citation. Sometimes staying silent at the right moment and taking the right action is the most powerful response.
I had to back up, he was running after me. I have it on dash cam.
A previous incident led to a conflict between two women, and instead of resolving it with words, they used their cars to settle the score. As a result, both drove away with heavily damaged vehicles. Should the insurance company be responsible for this intentional behavior? Share your opinion in the comments. Who do you think was right and who was wrong? Angry at the car behind her for following too closely, this woman accidentally dropped her glasses. As she reached down to pick them up, she fell off her own vehicle. Fortunately, a man driving a Toyota witnessed the entire scene and used his car to block hers from going out of control. This man tried to cut into a crowded lane and got angry at the truck driver. It seemed like the argument was over, but then he suddenly stopped his car, picked up a rock, and attacked. That impulsive action is not only dangerous, but also causes him to receive the karma he created. The man driving the sedan was going slowly, which made the SUV driver behind him furious. In anger, he sped up and cut him off. He then brake-checked the car behind to make a point. But the reckless move caused him to lose control and crash into another SUV. Staying calm not only gets you further, it helps you avoid unnecessary disasters. Rage erupted when a motorcyclist sped up and cut off a sedan, causing the sedan driver to lose his temper and deliberately rear-end the motorcycle. The impact knocked the bike over, throwing the motorcyclist onto the road. This incident has sparked widespread debate. Some argue the motorcyclist was at fault for his reckless actions, while others believe the sedan driver was to blame for his impulsive and aggressive response. What do you think who was really at fault? Comment 1 if you believe the motorcyclist was wrong for cutting off the sedan. Comment 2 if you think the sedan driver was at fault for intentionally hitting the motorcycle. The anger seemed to subside as the man in the beanie left, But suddenly, the bold man rushed forward and kicked the car behind him. That impulsive act not only proved pointless, but also led him to face the consequences of his own actions.
Oh la la.
While everyone patiently waited at a red light, an impatient man decided to illegally change lanes to get ahead. But that reckless move quickly cost him a hefty ticket. Sometimes, slowing down just a bit is the smarter and safer way to go further. Heavy traffic caused the man driving the Hyundai to lose his patience and react violently to a bus, claiming that the bus tried to run a yellow light and caused obstruction. Do you think that action is really necessary and effective? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Honking might seem like a small act, but in Font's case, a single beep nearly triggered a serious confrontation.
What's wrong with you, bud? You!
Before you reach for that horn, pause for a second and ask yourself, is it really necessary? Or will it just escalate the
I
tension?
want to get back in there.
You never know what you'll face when you lose your temper and step out of your car on the road. Every moment of losing control can lead to unforeseen consequences. That's why keeping your cool is the best way to protect yourself and everyone around you. The man driving the Mercedes deliberately provoked a young cyclist by throwing trash in his face before speeding off. However, his escape plan quickly fell apart when he had to stop at a red light. What seemed like a harmless act of disrespect instantly backfired, forcing him to face the consequences.
Футбол, финал, кафе. Сейчас вечерей без звука F и жизнь представить трудно. Хорошо, что он у нас прижился.
A prior incident forced 3 vehicles to pull over to the side of the road to settle a dispute, escalating tensions. Just as tempers threatened to spiral out of control, a soldier unexpectedly appeared and quickly stepped in, helping to defuse the situation.
Но и киргизы произносили это название на свой манер. Интересно, как же. А через букву «П». Ну, получалось что-то вроде «Пурумза».
A prior incident led 2 men to confront each other in a heated road dispute. The younger man brought a baseball bat, clearly intending to intimidate, but he quickly realized he'd picked the wrong opponent, as if he had just run into Bruce Lee in real life. A minor fender bender on the Staten Island Expressway made a man lose control and start vandalizing the truck in front of him. It's a clear reminder that a burst of anger can lead to serious, unnecessary consequences. You never know who or what you'll face when you lose your temper on the road. Hopefully, this video serves as a reminder and a lesson for all of us. The man driving this sedan suddenly accelerated past the motorbike to show off the car's power. But he quickly received bad karma when the car lost control and crashed into the curb before stopping. Speed and arrogance will not help you drive better. They will only increase the risk of losing control. Clara was on her way home after dinner in California when a man turned on his blinker and tried to merge into her lane.
Speed up and go!
I know, speed up then! Don't run into me, What are you doing?
Even though there was plenty of space ahead for him to move, he became furious with Clara for not yielding. Fortunately, that burst of anger came to an abrupt end when the police showed up just in time.
We have you on camera! You're on camera, by the way.
A motorcyclist angrily lashed out and made rude gestures at a car driver who was making a left turn with their signal clearly on. But just seconds later, karma struck as he lost control and crashed into a trailer. The conflict began when both drivers believed the other had crossed the line and refused to give way. Just when it seemed like things were over, the older man suddenly stepped out of his vehicle, escalating the tension. But in the end, he was the one who had to face the consequences of his own actions. Patience is sometimes a test for your wallet. The man driving the SUV lost his patience while waiting for the bus in front, so he decided to pass by, driving on the sidewalk. Unfortunately, a nearby patrol car witnessed the entire incident and quickly ordered him to pull over. Sometimes, just a moment of impatience can cost you dearly. Confronting the police to vent your anger is never a smart idea, as the consequences always come faster than you think.
Of odorless concentrated fish oil. It also contains a lower
This tense incident took place in Moreton Bay, north of Brisbane, when two men engaged in a physical altercation in the middle of the road, causing severe traffic congestion behind them. Despite honking from other vehicles urging them to stop, they continued, escalating the chaos even further.
on all ultra-inclusive luxury 2020 European.
The two men let their emotions get the best of them and began arguing heatedly in the middle of the intersection, despite a police officer standing nearby directing traffic. Although he tried to intervene, when he saw that the two did not cooperate, the police officer had to return to continue his work. A man riding a motorcycle tried to squeeze through a narrow gap between two stopped trucks. The reckless move left his bike badly damaged. Fortunately, he wasn't injured. If this video helped you learn some useful lessons for safer driving, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next videos. Do you think using pepper spray is an effective way to handle road rage confrontations? Watch this video to make the right choice for yourself when you are unfortunately the main character of road rage. This man chose the wrong person to take out his anger on the road, and in the end, he had to face the consequences of his own actions. Some people dream of owning a supercar, while others find ways to vandalize them. Fortunately, in this situation, the police arrived just in time to intervene and ensure that any wrongful actions were dealt with according to the law. On his way home after work in Texas, Ethan suddenly encountered a Toyota driver behaving strangely, repeatedly slamming on the brakes right in front of him on the highway. Ethan was completely unclear why the other person reacted like that. If you were in a similar situation, how would you handle it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The man became angry and got out of the car, knocking hard on the driver Eric's window because he thought he had almost been hit at the traffic lights earlier. Now let's help this man come up with a really convincing excuse to tell his wife why the car ended up with those deep scratches. A minor collision earlier caused the two men up front to lose their tempers and aggressively approach the driver of the Honda with obvious tension. Fortunately, the Honda driver chose to drive away instead of engaging, preventing the situation from getting worse. Sometimes, knowing when to back down is the smartest way to stay out of trouble. The tension began when the sedan changed lanes, making the motorcyclist feel unsafe and react angrily. Just when it seemed like the situation was over, the motorcyclist unexpectedly sped ahead, retaliated, and lost his balance, falling onto the road. A tense situation unfolded on the road when the truck driver failed to give way for the sedan to change lanes, leading to an argument between the two. Things escalated when one person got out of the vehicle with an aggressive attitude and began vandalizing. The two then engaged in a physical altercation until law enforcement arrived in time to intervene.
OfferUp is a new free app that shows what your neighbors are selling.
It's kind of like a game. There's always new surprises.
The man driving the Hyundai felt frustrated, believing the car behind him was following too closely. When the other car tried to overtake, he sped up in an attempt to get ahead. However, losing control due to his excessive speed, he ended up facing unwanted trouble himself. Intentionally ramming a small sedan into a large bus doesn't seem like the smartest move. Sometimes, staying calm and handling things reasonably is the safer and smarter choice. Slowing down just a few seconds can sometimes save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Staying calm is always the wiser option on the road.
You drove the front of your car into me. You put the front of your car into mine. I didn't the back of my car into you.
The incident took place in a parking lot in California, where a female driver became furious, believing a pickup truck was parked too close to your car. After spitting on the other vehicle, she completely lost control and attacked the man. In the end, the police arrived just in time and wrapped things up with a pair of handcuffs. A clear reminder that losing control can often make a bad situation much worse. Do you think pepper spray is an effective way to handle road conflicts, or does it only make the situation worse? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Tempers flared when a man blocked the lane with his car, refusing to let anyone pass. After a honk from the person filming, a heated exchange broke out.
Что такое, блядь? Что ты виляешь? На тебе, блядь, уёбан.
The situation escalated as the man stepped out and approached the vehicle, but his anger was quickly shut down with a blast of pepper spray. A prior incident caused two men to lose their tempers and behave threateningly toward another driver. Fortunately, the situation was quickly brought under control when a female patrol officer arrived on the scene. It's a clear reminder that staying calm and showing respect is always the best way to avoid unnecessary trouble on the road.
These boy getting, but you better pull up your slot too now.
The impatient young man couldn't wait for the group of motorcycles moving beside him, so he decided to speed up and overtake them, even if it meant leaving his lane. However, that rush quickly backfired when he lost control and veered off the road. This man intentionally stopped his car in the middle of heavy traffic during rush hour just to settle a minor conflict from earlier. Despite advice from bystanders, he stubbornly challenged everyone, causing severe traffic disruption. However, it was his impulsive and thoughtless actions that led to immediate consequences. On the road, a calm attitude always holds more value than a need to prove oneself. The incident was shared by Jason as he was on his way home in Windsor, Ontario. He witnessed a man in a Hyundai Elantra throw an empty bottle out of the window right at a stop sign. Not ignoring the situation, Jason spoke up to remind the driver of his careless behavior. Have you ever encountered a similar situation? Share your story in the comments below. The driver of this Nissan tried to merge into a lane without enough space and ended up jumping the curb. The hasty move caused serious damage to the car, and he had to pay $2,000 in repairs out of pocket because insurance wouldn't cover it. If you were the man in the car, how would you have handled it? Drop your opinion in the comments. A man driving a white sedan stopped to pick up his child, inadvertently blocking a bus trying to turn around. The two men quickly clashed, their tempers flaring. But after a tense standoff, the sedan driver pulled away, only for a police car to appear right after. In life, staying calm and rational is the best way to handle any situation without causing unnecessary consequences.
For whatever reason,
this man suddenly flew into a rage at the driver without any clear reason. Just when it seemed like things had settled down, he rushed forward only to be hit with the karma he brought upon himself.
He literally rips the door handle right off the car, falls over, and then he walks away with it like some kind of souvenir. Road rage souvenir.
If this video gave you a laugh or a life lesson to take with you on the road, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so the next time we drop a video, you'll be the first to see it. A small disagreement earlier caused Ethan Miller, 18, to lose his temper while driving a blue sedan on the road. In a moment of emotional loss of control, he threatened the driver of another vehicle. That impulsive decision ended up costing him dearly a 3.5-year prison sentence. 1 minute of losing your temper can lead to consequences you'll regret for the rest of your life. The ending of a fit of rage is never part of anyone's plan when they snap. So the best way to always get home safely is not to react strongly, but to stay calm and forgive. The incident happened in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, when Lisa's husband was riding his bicycle to get milk when he accidentally ran a red light. This action made the driver of a pickup truck angry, leading to a long, tense chase between the two. Fortunately, a Good Samaritan with a dash cam recorded the entire incident and reported it to the police. As a result, the pickup truck driver was charged. This is the reason why calm is always necessary whenever an incident occurs on the road. Two men rushed at each other after a minor collision, but the end of this rage was very familiar, with no one emerging victorious. Alex shared this video when he was on his way home after work, when he came across a tense situation where two cars were following each other closely after a previous incident. The driver behind, being too aggressive and deliberately trying to push too close, immediately received the consequences when the car in front suddenly braked. So being impatient will only make you pay faster. It will never help you win. You never know who you're up against. It could be a big guy, a trained fighter, or worse, someone carrying a weapon. The moment you step out of your car in anger, you're not just letting go of the steering wheel, you're letting go of your own safety. The street is not a boxing ring, and your emotions are not weapons. So think twice before you let your rage take the wheel. Everything can be resolved as long as you are calm enough not to turn a small problem into a big consequence. Jack was driving his truck home after work when two men dangerously overtook him. To remind them, Jack honked his horn, but this only made them furious, and they decided to get out of their car, grab a stick, and march toward him. This story shows how sometimes, even a small action like honking can be enough to push someone over the edge. An earlier incident led the man in the black sedan to chase a group of young drivers on the highway. However, his speed and impatience made him overlook a motorcyclist traveling in the same direction ahead. Never let haste or anger cloud your judgment, because in the world of traffic, a single moment of inattention can change your life forever. The conflict began when the two cars had a minor collision earlier, and everything seemed to be over as they both drove off. However, the man in the white car decided to return and charge toward the SUV driver. But just seconds later, he quickly regretted his impulsive actions. The rage erupted on the highway when the man driving the pickup truck was determined to chase the SUV to teach him a lesson after a previous incident. But in his rush to retaliate, he forgot that he was driving at high speed. As a result, his car was hit twice in a row, almost completely destroyed. Just because of a few minutes of losing control, he paid with both his safety and his car. For some people, time seems to matter more than safety. One van driver lost it after getting blocked and rammed into an SUV just to run a red light. Ironically, the moment he sped forward was also the moment a bus was crossing the intersection. Rushing is never the fastest way to get home safely. This rage took place right in New York City, when a person driving a Jeep encroached on a bicycle lane. Tension flared up, and after a brief argument, the cyclist aggressively spat in the face of the person in the Jeep and left. Do you agree with how this was handled?
Your mom may suck your but I don't. You missed. You missed your ass. Get a real car.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Got you, bitch.
Please share your views and experiences in the comments section.
You wanna...
Karma is when you receive back double or even more of what you put out into the world. Do you believe? If everyone could stay calm during tense moments on the road, perhaps 90% of serious arguments would never happen. All because of a simple reason. The sedan driver's anger flared up, but in the end, he was the one who had to face the consequences of his actions. An earlier incident caused the situation to become tense when the man driving the truck got out of the vehicle. Immediately, the two rushed at each other in anger, turning a small conflict into an unnecessary confrontation. This happened in Arizona. A black SUV driver was arrested for assault and DUI after a road rage crash. He repeatedly rammed into several cars, stopped at a red light. As chaos unfolded, another driver in a gray car also snapped and retaliated. Just when it seemed things had calmed down, the SUV driver suddenly floored it, escalating the danger even further. Two young men got angry at a driver they believed was endangering them with reckless driving. If you were that driver, how would you have handled the situation? Please share your experience in the comment section so everyone can learn and draw lessons. What is road karma? It's when you lose your temper and act out impulsively, only to end up looking like a fool in the middle of the street, all thanks to your own doing.
Calm down, bro. Yo, calm down.
This woman nearly learned a hard lesson of her own making. Upset over what she believed was the sedan driver not yielding, she lost control and reacted poorly. But sometimes, it's that unnecessary burst of anger that turns us into the main character in a moment no one wants to star in. A man driving a sedan aggressively swerved into the opposite lane and got angry when no one gave way. He jumped out of his car, charging ahead like he was ready to settle it, only to be met instantly with a face full of pepper spray. That's why keeping your cool and respecting everyone's safety on the road is absolutely essential. The driver lost patience with the long wait, and in a moment of recklessness, he drove straight into the woman who was directing traffic and fled. Fortunately, the woman was not seriously injured, and he was arrested shortly afterwards. You will never overcome anger if you act like a loser in the first place. Shouting or causing trouble does not prove strength. It only shows that you are controlled by emotions. A brave person is someone who knows how to control himself and is alert enough to return home safely.
Damn, man. My up, man. I need a new car.
This conflict caused the man driving the motorbike to lose control and decide to puncture the tire of the van before leaving as if nothing had happened. If you feel these videos are meaningful and help you learn lessons to drive more safely and calmly, please click the subscribe to channel button. It is not only a way for you not to miss the next videos, but also a great source of motivation for us to continue creating more valuable content, exclusively for you and the community. A minor fender bender escalated into a heated confrontation between a woman and a pickup driver.
This chick just shot at this guy over here.
Fueled by anger, the woman tried to intimidate him. Fortunately, a nearby patrol officer witnessed the whole incident and intervened, ending the rampage before things got out of hand. A heated moment unfolded at a red light in Miami, involving two couples, one older, one younger. After some arguing, the younger couple decided to walk away before things went too far. Sometimes, taking a step back is the fastest way for everyone to make it home safely. There are countless reasons why someone might explode with anger sometimes over something trivial, and sometimes for no reason at all. Emotions can flare up without warning, and when facing someone who's lost control, the safest choice is to steer clear. Rage erupted when the truck in front was moving too slowly, blocking the man in the sedan from passing. Frustrated, he decided to retaliate by cutting sharply in front of the truck at the first chance. But the close distance gave the following vehicle no time to react, leading to a strong rear-end collision. Fortunately, quick braking efforts helped everyone remain safe. This time, rage exploded in Los Angeles when two men decided to use their own car as a weapon to resolve the conflict from a previous incident. They rushed at each other regardless of the possible consequences on the crowded street. A seemingly small misunderstanding caused this man to explode with rage. But what's worrying is that he lost control, to the point that he used a golf club to smash the back window of the car, then calmly left as if nothing had just happened. Smile and walk away if someone is ready to rush into you just because of a small incident on the road. Because sometimes taking a step back is not losing, but to gain a safe trip and a peaceful day for yourself. Would you run into someone just to get your anger out because they didn't yield to you? It may sound trivial, but many people let their emotions take control and turn traffic collisions into unnecessary confrontations. In today's video, we'll continue to follow road rage, where lessons are learned not only from the actions, but also from the consequences that road rage leaves behind. Anger broke out in Washington when the driver of the Camaro tried to pass left but suddenly braked midway, causing the pickup truck driver behind him to not be able to keep calm, and decided to show off by not letting him pass. The tense confrontation lasted more than 50 miles as the Camaro repeatedly tried to cut in front of the pickup truck, until he suddenly accelerated and swerved to the right, sending all three vehicles off the road in an instant. If this video helps you learn a good lesson to drive safer and easier, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, so that every time there is a new video, you will be the first to watch and share your experience with us. Perhaps rage made the man driving the sedan forget that his tiny car was no match for a massive dump truck. This small man quickly learned a big lesson in humility, after understanding sent him into a rage. Meanwhile, the man driving the sedan chose to respond with courtesy and restraint. Surely all of us understand that getting angry at the police and running away in the middle of a crowded street is never a good idea. This action will not only make the situation worse, but can also lead to serious legal consequences. Sometimes you don't even need to get angry because the police will instead give violators a ticket that costs more than an argument. A stressful situation on the road caused the man driving a black car to lose control of his emotions. He rushed forward, blocked the car behind him, and got out with an aggressive attitude. However, just a few seconds later, he had to accept karma for his actions. A serious incident occurred on the westbound road near the I-20 and I-45 interchange when two vehicles were chasing each other due to a previous conflict. Things escalated when the SUV suddenly slammed on its brakes, causing the van to lose control and crash into the left guardrail. The Jeep tried to squeeze through the congested road, forcing the man behind to wait for quite a while. Losing his temper, he came forward to argue, and both quickly got into a heated confrontation in the middle of heavy traffic, making the situation even more chaotic. Eventually, the furious man had to leave in frustration, leaving behind a messy traffic scene. Who do you think is at fault in this situation? Comment 1 if you think the Jeep driver is at fault. Comment 2 if you think the person reacting in the background is the one who should control their emotions. An aggressive lane change by an Audi driver triggered a storm of rage from a woman in a black SUV. She jumped out of her car and screamed in his face right in the middle of traffic. What about you? If you were in that situation, would you be ready to react as strongly as this woman? Please share your views in the comments section below. In your opinion, what punishment is worthy for the man in this car? The person who let his rage lead him and cause dangerous actions on the road? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. The man driving the black car suddenly jumped onto the sidewalk, knocking out a cyclist moving in the opposite direction. If you witnessed this situation in real life, how would you react? A small collision earlier caused the two cars to stop and confront each other in the middle of the road. Both sides refused to give in, causing the situation to last for a while. Fortunately, both eventually left without any serious incidents. A woman who witnessed the whole thing decided to report it to the police. This one began when a pickup driver started tailgating a sedan during an already tense situation. Things got more dangerous as he sped up and attempted to overtake, turning the road into a risky battleground. The man driving the sedan suddenly stopped his car in the middle of the road and was aggressive towards the truck driver behind him, because he thought the distance between the two cars was too close and could put him in danger. Finally, the truck driver's pepper spray helped him regain his composure.
CIN 75550.
You will not be able to imagine the terrifying level of rage until you see with your own eyes the consequences it causes. In this situation, the conflict between the two men escalated into a violent conflict, causing both cars to be seriously damaged. The person who caused the accident not only refused to take responsibility, but also fled, leaving the white car severely damaged. Tempers flared when two men argued over the right-of-way on a narrow road. Words quickly turned into a heated confrontation. In the end, the shirtless man tried to leave the scene, but was blocked by a woman who had been there earlier. Sometimes, staying calm and yielding is the only way for everyone to move forward safely. A truck driver lost control of his emotions after waiting too long at a red light. In a fit of rage, he stepped on the gas and crashed into the vehicles stopped in front of him. This reckless act not only caused serious property damage, but also endangered everyone nearby. He was eventually caught by the people and forced to pay for all the damage he caused. In any situation, go through red light is a wrong action. But it's even worse when you go through red light in front of the police and almost cause an accident. This man went into a full-blown rage at Sophia while she was on her way to work, just because he thought she was driving too slowly and blocking his way, even though the next lane was completely empty. The funny thing is, Sophia was going 60 miles per hour, but apparently that wasn't good enough for him. He sped up, yelled right into her face, and tried to floor it to teach her a lesson. But karma didn't wait long. He lost control and flew right off the road.
That's what you get! All on video, buddy!
A previous incident had caused the young man to go on a road rage rampage, repeatedly punching the Mercedes window. It seemed like the incident was over when he returned to his car, but before leaving, he unexpectedly kicked the Mercedes again. And it was that moment of lack of restraint that immediately caused him to receive the karma he had created. In this case, a woman almost rear-ended Dylan's car as they were both exiting the freeway. She even swerved across lanes, cutting off other drivers, nearly causing a huge accident. Dylan couldn't just let it slide. He decided to follow her to confront her reckless behavior. What would you do in a situation like that? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Because you don't know how to how about you almost rear-ended me? Yeah, I know you don't give a fuck for almost rear-ending me. All right, well, we'll see. All right, go. Keep going. Keep going then. Keep going then. Go. Keep going. Let's see. Come on, bitch.
Snacks was on the way home after work when he encountered an angry woman demanding everyone to stop. She even pretended to have a weapon to threaten and demand everyone to stop, creating a tense situation. If you encountered this situation, what would you do? This man must have had a bad day, but instead of creating more trouble, our job is to smile and leave, avoiding making the situation worse.
Small burners, and you can see there is a large circle on the opposite end that is drawn on the floor that has different gems on pedestals, different.
Who do you think is at fault in this situation? Comment number 1 if you think the female pedestrian was at fault. Comment number 2 if you think the fault lies with the woman driving the Mercedes. This video will show us why altruism is not only a beautiful virtue, but also a ticket to keep you out of trouble on the road.
attention. Pay attention. Fuck.
This Nissan driver tried to force his way into a packed lane right in front of a truck. What is worth mentioning is that he not only obstructed, but also became angry and rushed out of the car to argue with the truck driver. After a tense moment, he left but took the truck driver's keys and even dragged the driver in his rage. If someone gets out of the car and gets angry at you, don't roll down your window. Drive away immediately or calmly confront them to avoid trouble. An earlier conflict between an SUV driver and a bus driver sparked another rage explosion. Things got intense when the SUV driver grabbed a metal rod and started smashing the bus. However, instead of confronting an aggressive person, the bus driver decided to leave to avoid the situation escalating. Staying calm always helps you stay safe and avoid unnecessary consequences. In Bucharest, Romania, 3 men went at each other in a wild road rage fight. Just when it seemed like it was over, the driver of a black car suddenly reversed at high speed, making the situation even more dangerous. The ultimate goal when driving is to reach your destination safely, not to win or lose in useless rage. Hopefully, this video will be a valuable lesson to remind us to always stay calm in the face of aggression out there. If you find this content useful, please leave a comment to share your thoughts. And even better, please subscribe to the channel to have more motivation to make more meaningful videos for you. There are many reasons why you should not drink and drive, and this is one of the biggest. The combination of drinking and driving is not only dangerous for you, but can also affect others. This strange man seems to believe that he is an actual train, and when the real train appeared, he suddenly flew into a rage as if someone was stealing his tracks. This anger flared up for one simple reason. That is, the man tried to squeeze into the space between 2 cars but was refused. Instead of being patient, he let his emotions get the best of him and argued with the man with the camera. Remember, if someone won't give you the right of way, just let them go. Patience and a smile will get you to your destination safer than a momentary rage.
Đi này khác nhau như kiểu đi Đà Lạt đâu, xung quanh toàn cây, cây cối mát mẻ, đồi thông.
Đấy sao? Bạn ôm cua quẻ đi, mẹ máy quay nó ôm theo luôn đấy chứ. Bạn ôm cua là máy quay cũng cua theo luôn đấy. Hay đấy.
Nghệ nhân luôn luôn đấy.
While driving on Sardis Road in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, Klein witnessed a traffic jam caused by a man raging at an elderly woman driving a sedan. The situation got so intense that police had to intervene, ending with the man being taken to the station. That's why staying calm is always the wisest choice on any journey. The outcome of rage is never in your control or part of your plan. The only way to prevent it is by staying calm and